Now, I've been in the gym since I was 18 years of age, and the successes that I've had were when I tracked my calories combined with a great workout program. And guess what? When I'm not tracking my calories, when I'm not tracking my nutrition in general, my stuff plateaus. And I scratch my head for months at a time, like what's going on, as if I don't already know. Now, if this sounds similar or relatable, then you're probably in the same boat that I was. What I'm going to bring up is a formula on how to calculate your calories, or rather how to calculate your base metabolic rate per the metrics you put in. Now, you'll notice that it's segmented into male and female, as well as freedom units and second place units. I'm just kidding, Europe. We love you. We just want to maintain that long distance relationship. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Gym Survival Guide, where we talk all things gym and fitness related. I'm your host, David. Today's episode is going to be a great episode, one that you're going to want to save and or bookmark. That way you can come back and take some notes and apply it how it ought to be used in your life to accomplish and succeed in your fitness goals. What is so important about this episode? We're going to be going over calories. That's right, calories. This one topic could literally lead you to success in your transformation or keep you feeling in the same slump that you've been feeling. It all just depends on how you apply these calculations and, depending on your goals, augment how you need to augment. Now, I've been in the gym since I was 18 years of age, and the successes that I've had were when I tracked my calories combined with a great workout program. And guess what? When I'm not tracking my calories, when I'm not tracking my nutrition in general, my stuff plateaus. And I scratch my head for months at a time, like what's going on, as if I don't already know. Now, if this sounds similar or relatable, then you're probably in the same boat that I was. What I'm going to bring up is a formula on how to calculate your calories, or rather how to calculate your base metabolic rate per the metrics you put in. Now, you'll notice that it's segmented into male and female, as well as freedom units and second place units. I'm just kidding, Europe. We love you. We just want to maintain that long distance relationship. Now, what do you do with the information that you gather by plugging into this formula? Do you just jump right away into this new caloric intake? Well, I would say no. I've had clients in the past that have had great success in measuring or gauging where they were at first before jumping straight into this. For example, a pound of body fat to be lost is about 3,500 calories. Now, that averages out through 7 days of 500 calories per day. So if you eat in excess of 500 calories, you'll gain about 1 pound body fat. Muscle kind of just depends on where you're at in your fitness journey. We'll just call it 1 pound. I had a client whose calculation put her at a need for 2,000 calories a day, but she was only taking in 600 calories a day. So guess what? She was metabolically damaged. Her body was wanting to hold on to all the energy it could because it was thinking it was in a time of like starvation or lack of food. And so if we had introduced calories of that difference of 1,400 right away, it would have just retained all 1,400 calories as an energy source into body fat and subsequently getting her overweight more than what she already was. That's not what we want to do. Obviously, we're here to transform in a great and positive way, not in the negative sense of just putting on pounds and pounds of body fat per week, unless you are in a very extreme situation. In which case, if you are, I do hope for the best success for you, and that you're being watched with a specialist on this. Generally speaking, though, you do not want to do a quick increase like that. You want to heal your metabolism. Metabolisms can be healed, and subsequently your hormones can be elevated, fixing a lot of issues, namely to do with proper food intake and energy output. Who would have thought? Health and fitness revolved around movement and eating proper things. So what would I do if I were you in this scenario of just starting off my fitness journey? Well, what I would do is for 2 weeks, check or rather watch over my calorie intake for 14 days. and see if there's any weight fluctuation between day 1 and day 14. If there's no major weight fluctuation outside of like 1 to 5 pounds, that can be written off as either water retention or food digestion, depending on the time of day. Not a big deal. What this is going to allow you to do is gauge where your daily intake is and the delta to where the formula says that you ought to be. Now, the formula isn't a perfect science. There's obviously a lot of variation. It also has some interpretation on your end on how to measure yourself. So try to be completely honest with yourself in the calculation, and you should be fine. Now, what I don't want you to do is make any funny changes, like you're trying to like surprise me or yourself. Just maintain your habits. Give yourself an honest assessment of where you're at for the 14 days. And then once you figure out where your baseline is, you can slowly climb up to the calorie of where you ought to be in accordance with your goal. Now, if you don't know how to measure calories, it's very simple. I'm going to bring up a nutrition label right now. And as you can see, there's the total serving size per container, serving size, which will be like a teaspoon, cup, what have you. It varies depending on the product. And then from that serving size, it will break down calories, macros, and micronutrients per serving. All you have to do is multiply the amount of servings you're eating of the item against the value you're wanting to track. So for example, if you're eating 2 serving sizes of this one product, then you multiply 2 against the values. I believe in this scenario it's 60, so that'd be 120 calories, and then you multiply that against your fats, carbs, and proteins, and if applicable, your fiber, and that'll give you a breakdown of how much you're taking in of what, as well as your macros. So like your sodium, you want to track that. Now, what you will notice is there's a lot of stuff that you're eating that you weren't tracking that are actually really important, like how much butter you're using to cook, as well as your oils, coffee. You want to try and be as spot on as possible, but don't become so neurotic about it. It's not perfect, but you just want to get a general understanding of your baseline and kind of gauge it from there. You're doing great, and this is something that is going to be kind of tedious, but I know you can do it. Now, if you found any value out of this video, I do hope that you like, comment, and subscribe. If you need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out to Gym Survival Guide on Instagram or TikTok, as well as my own website, gymsurvivalguide.com. I'm more than happy to help you out where I can, or if you need a coach, hire me. I'm pretty cool. And more importantly, if you know of anybody in your life that can benefit from this video, please share this with them. Bring them into the community and make them a fellow survivalist so we can show them that ordinary training can lead to extraordinary results. But until next time, guys, this set is yours. Peace.